like an eye, really set our hopes up high. Noriega 9 for 95, the Indian team they still survive. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Janjurani, Solka Abidali, Dilip Sadesai and Vishwanath. They make West Indies bowlers look like second-raters when those fellows came out here to bat. West Indies tried holder and keep voice. They had no other choice. They even tried with Newton Dow, but a shot at the sorry they bring him now. It was Gavaskar, the real master. Like a wall, we couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all.
All right, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. My name is Samoya Sandyford. I cut the introduction a little bit short this evening, and thank you for having us. I just have a few minutes with you before we cross over to the next hour. And I'm saying good afternoon to the members and staff of the Street 91.9 FM, the great owner of the great radio station, Mr. Neil Iwer George and Mrs. George, as well as the rest of the team. So, thank you very much for joining me. I am here alone. I'm holding down the fort for Senior Matheson and my co-host Ronaldo Rollock in their absence. So just before we cross over to the next hour, we are going to be speaking about baby Angelo. As some of you are aware, the search is still continuing for the missing child, Angelo. And this is a very heavy topic at this time. I'm just going to go through an article on the Daily Express that was posted 11 hours ago. It says members of the Hunters Search and Rescue Team have joined the search in Tobago for missing toddler Angelo Tobias Plaza. The group arrived in Tobago on Wednesday night and met with the Tobago Emergency Management Agency prior to conducting searches. The leader of that team, Valance Rambarat, told the Express that their aim is to get closure for the family. We came in just after nightfall on Wednesday. We had a briefing with TEMA's director, Alan Stewart, and the TEMA people in Tobago at 6 a.m. And we are here on the ground searching. The members, the HR Hunters Search and Rescue Team members, yesterday combed the coastline along Goodwood Bay and in the vicinity of Angelo's home in the coastal village of Goodwood. Rambarat said according to the team's calculation, there is a high possibility of sighting Angelo. Now, we have had 2 experiences with drownings with toddlers since the team was started. Now, we pride ourselves on analytics. The first thing we look at is after the briefing with TEMA, we found there was a high possibility of a sighting. And the second analytic is that we did a walk from the house to the beach in toddler-style fashion, and it took 1 minute and 10 seconds. The distance is 200 feet and not 3,000 meters as is being bandied about. According to Rambarat, a toddler walking to a beach is possible. Right? Therefore, the possibility of a toddler walking to the beach in this instance is also possible. highly probable that we are working with these two analytics that we have done for the morning, and we are doing some beach patrols. We are studying the ocean's currents. He said there's a focus on getting closure. The only feeling we really have when we search is to get closure for families. We stay always above the noise. Our strength really is in field searching. We are good with marine searches as long as coastline. We stick to that. We don't hear any noise circulating around us, he said. Since Angelo's disappearance on Monday night, land, sea, and aerial searches have been conducted. On Wednesday, members of the Defense Force joined in land searches in collaboration with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Just going down. Meanwhile, the Assistant Commissioner of Police for Tobago, Rishi Singh, visited the scene yesterday, spoke with Angelo's mother. He told the Express that all efforts were being made to bring some level of closure to the matter. And of course, senior officers told the Express when the search was suspended on Wednesday that they received a call from Mount St. George that the body of the child was seen in the ocean. However, when they responded and conducted a search, the body was not seen. The senior officer reiterated that the body of the child was seen in Goodwood Bay but later disappeared. The stepfather of Angelo said he was hopeful for the child's safe return. Shannon Miller told the Express he remained hopeful that Angelo would be found. Miller was at the time assisting in diving operations in search of the toddler on Tuesday. End of article. So we have 1 minute and 10 seconds before we cross over into the next hour. We are going to be speaking about that when we get back. But I would love to hear your thoughts. We are now joined by Mr.
Hey.
Let me get that mic on for you. So my co-host is here.
Hi.
Hi. So he's joining us, and when we come back on the next side, we are going to get into these challenges, not just the missing child, but what happens with parenting and all the things that can surround this particular issue without speculation. We need to look at co-parenting from a strategic standpoint, from a realistic standpoint. So I'd love to hear some of your thoughts. I would also love the single fathers, or I'd love to hear the views of fathers. It would be great to hear the views of fathers in this perspective as we engage this conversation. So 10 seconds away, and we will see you on the next side of the hour. Remember, just tune in. We are only here for 1 more hour, and we'll see you on the next side.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Peace of God be multiplied unto you in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is Redemption Hour, a gospel program where God will reveal His mind to you on how to live a fulfilled life and to please Him in all areas. Join Pastor Femi Afolabi, the National Overseer of Deeper Christ Life Ministry, Trinidad and Tobago, and other seasoned ministers for a time of divine encounter as they minister and pray for you every Saturday by 9 o'clock in the morning of this station, Street FM 91.9. Our church is Deeper Life Bible Church, number 1 Cochrane Street, opposite Tunapuna Police Station, Tunapuna. The times of our services are as follows: Sunday worship service, 9 a.m., Monday Bible study, 6 p.m., Thursday revival hour, 6 p.m. The Redemption Hour is a life-changing moment you cannot afford to miss. For special prayer or counseling, contact Pastor Femi Afolabi on 778-9933. God bless you as you listen to this program. Jesus is Lord.
What are you doing? Big D, big fun, KFC, so we big on the ground. We the nation, cause they don't know we were the crown. Say we won, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Come to KFC, let we all have fun, and let we join together, because KFC is life. It's a big D.
Say what you want. KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation. TNT and KFC, one motion.
Friday is for feasting. Fantastic Fridays. 5 pieces of chicken and 3 sides for just $89.95. Big value for the whole lime. Weekends start right. It must be KFC. Order now. Follow KFC Trinidad and Tobago WhatsApp channel for all the deals.
TechFlex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, powerful MacBooks, and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech. Exceptional service.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
It's a whole lot of flavor wrapped up in a twist. Some of them try to rap, but they don't rap like this. Because the KFC tenders and lettuce and carrots and shredded tortilla embedded, perfect wherever you headed. Dripping with that creamy mayo and that mambo sauce. Let me tell them one more time to get my point across. It's a craveable, crunchable, movable, functional, flavorful meal that your taste buds must endorse. KFC, crunch twist, crunch twist. None of them, they don't make it like this.
Introducing KFC's Crunch Twist, a flavorful wrap with a delicious difference for just $29.95. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Good evening again, and we are back. Now we have Senior Matteson in the house. Senior Matteson, good evening.
Good evening, and good evening to all our listeners. Very nice evening this evening. It's a little cooler than normal.
Yeah,
Steamy, actually.
it was rainy.
It was hot today, and now rain is falling, so again, humidity.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good because Port of Spain has been generally hot.
Yeah.
Very hot for the last few months. So we're getting some a little bit of rain. I understand the rain was falling maybe up in the east and things for some time.
Yeah, well, when I came in, it was raining. It was now starting to rain. Yeah. But nevertheless, we go on. Today we're going to talk. We just have 1 hour. We want to talk about that incident with the child. And it's very unfortunate. The fact that we are getting so many conflicting stories and things not adding up, it continues to add bigger questions. Now, while this matter is still being investigated and all that, we can't really speculate. But one thing is clear, parenting is an issue. And it has now affected the community. A community is in mourning, and, you know, that could be anybody's child. And around this same time, is it last year or year before, there was an incident of a child, another baby, who ran off, and the child was found dead. Right? And, you know, one neighbor in particular in that incident in the past would have spoken out, and she received a lot of hate for saying that she saw the child running, and people, you know, people were upset. So could it be that somebody may have seen something and haven't seen the backlash that that neighbor received? They say, hey, hands off. It is very possible. We don't have that information, but it's possible.
I doubt that happened in this case, but the thing is,
I agree.
You know, from what I am observing with this particular case, this has two different streams of issues.
Mm-hmm.
One might be parenting.
Definitely
because,
parenting.
Clearly, a toddler, 2 years,
Yeah.
in Pampers, what could be happening that took your eyes away from
Off.
that child for so long
Mhm.
so that that child could disappear?
Hmm.
Right? That's a concern. But there's another situation with the father who yesterday I was reading that he was saying he was deliberately kept out of the life of the child. And that if you want to talk about it, that could be an issue because we
Of
have
course.
that kind of issue.
Of course.
We have fathers who just not around.
Yep.
And we have fathers who the relationship has become so toxic
Yep.
that mothers are.
They have to protect themselves.
Yeah, well,
So we're not
you
saying that that is the
you
matter.
saying
I am
protect
saying.
themselves, but you know, just yesterday, a father was talking to me. He was saying that he paid. They have a protection order, not a protection order, they have a order.
Maintenance order, yeah.
Right, and he's supposed to see the child, and for 8 years, the mother not allowing him to see the child. Every time he go to pick up the child on a weekend, she tell him he not getting the child and that kind of thing. But she want to take out a warrant for him to pay maintenance. And I find that to be unfortunate.
Of course it is. It's unfortunate. It's very much unfair. And we have to, while we try not to get into the blaming situation, I still want to make it known that there has to be something that causes that, right? There is one side where one party is being vindictive. There's another side where the other party feels wronged in some way. Now, I have two gentlemen sitting here, and I'll be happy to hear your perspectives as men.
One is a member of the Single Fathers Association.
And I would like to hope that, if you all are fathers, that, you don't have that issue. But before I turn over to you, I would say there are couples who are separated or whatever the case may be, and they don't even have to reach court because the man know he had to take care of his child. That is his child at the end of the day, and we don't have that issue. So where the issue comes in is where people not agreeing on certain terms. That's all I'm going to say. But a community is affected. At the end of the day, a child is still missing, and both parties are hurting. I could only imagine how the mother is feeling as well. Because, court of public opinion, some people saying you were distracted with this other gentleman. Whether it's true, whether it is not, we have to be honest. These are the comments that are coming out. Let me take this call. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Sorry about the dogs. I just want to ask one question on this whole issue. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We're hearing you.
They said they looked for the child around 7:30 and it was missing. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think it's around that time.
Before 7:30, when did they see that child?
We opening can of worms here.
That's a question I'm sure.
I ain't opening no can of worms.
That's a question.
I hear everybody saying the woman's incident, they look for at 7:30. Before 7:30, when was the last time that they see him? I go on with that.
Thank you so much.
Nobody is saying, asking that question. Before they miss him at 7:30, when they're looking, before that, during the evening, when did they see him before? What time? Then we will know if that child was being looked after and if he was being monitored. I'll go on.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Matheson.
No, I'm saying that that's a question, of course.
The police would have,
might have asked or should have asked.
Most likely they asked that question, and that is why I said public opinion is saying that other activities may have been happening to distract children. You see, when children get quiet, you know something wrong, Something clearly wrong. When if you have a child around the house and you just hear dead silence, go looking for that child,
Yeah. As a mother, you know that. What you have to say about that?
So on another platform, people accuse me of opening portals to the things that people don't think about and sometimes don't like to think about.
All right, let's go. Let's see third umpire.
All right. Anybody ever hear the term feral children before?
No. Well, let me hear it.
That was
No.
like feral children,
So, I would consider myself a feral child.
Okay.
Many children from the 80s fall into the feral children category.
And what you mean by feral?
there was a time in particular communities where children, unimaginably young children, would just be unleashed into the world. Yeah? And I want to point out that the circumstance last year that you were speaking about happened in Point Fortin.
Yeah.
And this particular circumstance happened in
Tobago.
Goodwood. We have to, and I mean, I'm not trying to zoom in or get overly emotional about a very emotional issue. And if I zoom into it, I will get emotional as well. It's tragic. But if you zoom out, per capita tragedies like this happen all over the world. All over the world. So it's something to look at how do we deal with it from a systemic level. And one of the issues here is the attitudes towards child care and child rearing in rural communities.
Very good point.
Yes?
Very good
as
point.
opposed to urban communities.
Yeah.
You know, I live big up Chaguanas. I live in Oasis Greens in Chaguanas at this time, and it warms my heart to see children on bikes.
Yeah.
And children racing in the road.
There's usually children locked up inside on a tablet.
So I mean, I am grateful that the community that I am living in at the moment has children who are outside. And there are many communities in which children are inside at all times. So there is a different standard in terms of those things. Now, no matter how you dice it, a 2-year-old that you don't have sight of for hours is madness, and I'm sure the police will be identifying if there's a child neglect case to answer here.
Yeah.
At the least. It is instructive that homicide has gotten involved with it.
Absolutely.
Which might be that they hear something or they see something like, suppose it have another angle. You know?
I get that sense.
And no, they're not far from the sea. And the other side of it is that a 2-year-old, if you're weighing a 2-year-old as, I mean, I don't want to say the word meat, but a child is a muscle. If it is you miss that body altogether in the sea, it's quite possible. Yeah. So it has all kind of scenarios right now, and days later, we hope that the child is somewhere in a corner safe. But in our heart, we know the chances are getting slim by the hour. Yeah. So somebody got to answer for this child life, and there's no two ways about it. But
God.
If we zoom out, we had to think about preventing recurrence. We had to think about better parenting, better socialization, better social support, better, you know, we every year we know that we're not doing anything about disappearances, etc. There are Amber Alert systems and other types of notification systems that take systemic approaches to children disappearing in other countries. That don't happen here. So there are all sorts of issues surrounding, but we can't touch it yet until we deal with the tragedy that a 2-year-old, we don't know where this 2-year-old is, and we don't know if we will ever know where it is. I mean, it's a heavy thing for a nation to wrap its head around.
The fact that we've had so many incidents happen to children, whether it be, murder or whatever, the victims are just getting younger, and it's scary. It is scary. Regardless of how the child die or go missing, we now have a very vulnerable part of our population that's being affected every day, every week. Something is going on with a child.
Correct.
And that's a problem for us.
Correct. The last problem. It's like every week.
Yeah, it begs the question, I mean, for people who are more spiritual, which probably mightn't include you, Matheson. But I'm just saying. Just saying.
Big bag that.
Let's not all get in between me and Matheson.
Big bag that.
But for people who are spiritual, religious, let me say it that way, we have some questions wondering what's going on around here with children. That's all. I'm just going to drop that there and move on. I'm just moving on. But it's weird. It is weird.
We have some problems with children, but I mean,
it is frightening.
While you might be saying that they are unrelated.
Yeah, they're unrelated, but they are children. Question mark.
It's like a season.
Something wrong. Thank you.
And this season,
what is going on that is taking out children right now? Right? We'll leave that there.
And maybe part of the thing that's going on is that as a society, we're not taking good enough care of our kids. Because like for me, for For instance, me personally, let me say I was a gunman.
You are trying.
Hmm?
You are trying.
A cat. If I was a gunman, personally, no matter how much smoke I have with a man,
And not touching no child.
A child in the car, we gotta catch him next time.
That's my view too.
Yeah.
Because it beefs me and you. I mean, as a child, I am doing that. But if you all remember, I don't know if it's how long ago, but there was a little press release by that member of society.
Yeah.
They say if we see you by a doubles man eating doubles with your family, we giving you it right there.
So isn't this part of the issue? You have one segment of, and this wasn't so all the time, eh?
No, it was not.
The gunmen had a code not so
Yes.
long ago, eh?
They had a code. They never used to touch women and children and elderly. They ain't going down that road. We come for you, we dealing with you. Caller 41 calling back again. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah. I hear the mother on the news, 12 o'clock. You know what I hear that lady saying? Well, I hear the 12 o'clock news. She says she child ain't going in no sea. Because the little boy is afraid to see or something. You understand?
So he ain't going in no sea. But
That's
that's
what
our
the mother
night.
saying. And I am saying, I asking this question. Before 7:30, when last did you see that little 2 years old boy? That is my question. I'm not moving from there. That is a serious question. Don't tell me that was 7:30, you know. When did you see him before that?
We don't have the answer for that.
I know.
I mean, it's a
I just-
rhetorical question.
Listen, I'm a miserable since I total nonsense.
Right, so, but the
I'm
thing
gone.
is,
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Stephen.
what the father was saying, and I don't know if he was trying to link it to something else
Yeah.
yesterday, was that they've deliberately kept him away from the child.
Mhm.
And so this lady and her
New
husband
person,
or
yeah.
boyfriend or whoever, we don't know what has been happening and what maybe, they need to be not investigated but interrogated to find out exactly what happened.
And if it is, he said he was kept out of the child's life, does he know? I mean, he didn't give the impression that he didn't know where his child was in terms of location. So I just hope that wasn't the situation that he didn't even know.
I was just giving you a scenario with a guy called me just yesterday and was asking me, he wanted to find out what is his redress because the police had called him.
Somebody calling Stephen. Good evening, welcome. Good evening, welcome.
Yeah, evening to the panel there.
Yes.
I think a good starting point might be to find out the ladies who can have children in Tobago. And they should do some little investigate. That child is looking like it can go in the water.
Okay, so you suggest.
I feel childless people who can make child, I think that's a good starting point.
Oh, wow. Okay, good. Interesting perspective. Thank you so much.
Probably baby nap the child.
But I mean, it has so much.
Yeah, so
It
many
a-
things.
We speculating here.
And the speculation could go from phobia to murder to a lonely to it have a million different reasons.
Yeah.
It could be a dog. It could be a bird.
A dog, wait, a bird, a dog, a bird, you see? Dog do what? Eat the child?
A dog bite up the child and carry the child in the bush and you yet find the child yet. It had any number of things.
So and you hear the child screaming and that kind of thing?
It's a good word. It had any number of things. The bottom line is when we lose line of sight of that child, that child is in the wind, so to speak. Whether it's the seed, the dog, somebody trunk, so it like it don't even make sense speculating.
Yeah.
It makes sense praying.
Well, first thing, I had a 2-year-old child, right? I don't know the proximity of the sea to where the child was, where they were located.
Search and rescue addressed that, but go ahead.
But clearly, it didn't like ride it. It didn't like walk outside and think.
Ooh,
What
KFC
2-year-old
calling you,
child?
I'ma take
What
it.
2-year-old child will walk?
Will walk.
That far and go by the sea. Who we are told is afraid of the sea. at
Let me
that
take it.
hour, You know.
Good
That must-
evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, welcome.
Good afternoon, Simoya.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm Marcus. Have a blessed and safe weekend.
Thank you. I'm to your voice, man.
Well, They were the nation saying I prefer the 2-year-old child. You know. I find the authorities investigate that stepfather and that woman something more than the water in the custody. You know.
Okay.
I feel I take a slip a dog and slip from the yard and see
Yeah, well, the police are
if they
involved
bury that
now.
child. If the child not in the sea, she said the child not in the sea, somebody can pick up the child. So we have to look all over.
Yeah, the search has intensified.
Because
So
in Tobago, they like little children.
Oh my Lord.
Plenty sacrifices go across there. You know, whatever bless you can, every show safe. Bless.
Thank you, my guy. Have a good evening. All right. So, Stephen, to answer your question, search and rescue team is saying the distance is 200 feet and not 3,000 meters as is being bandied about. The search and rescue team is making that statement. I have an international call here. Take it.
Yeah, man.
Good evening and welcome. Good evening. Hi, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening to the panel of gentlemen, yeah? And everyone that listening.
Yes, good evening.
As far as I hear too, this guy I think about a lot. So he saw the child walking, and he's a little man who is going and leaving walking in that area. A 2-year child outside with a diaper on. Hey, boy, go back inside. I mean, I taking you back and tell you and knock the door, say the child walking on you. But that is me.
Okay.
So I could not see. Hey, look, man, I mean, you can't leave your stone unturned. Everybody, Madam Family should have everybody line up for lie detector. The father, the mother, the one who see on the road, and everybody. I had them line up. Well, have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Something wrong here. Something.
Yeah.
Something.
So there are pieces that are still, coming together.
Not really adding up.
But it leads us to think about supervision of children. Mental exhaustion for parents. Because again, the question is what was happening between that period for you to now realize that a child is missing? I mean, and while on one hand you can cast blame, on the other hand, for those of us who have had children, a 2-year-old is real plenty sometimes.
A lady in Arima said a few days ago, she locked her 10-year-old child in the house and went across by her neighbor for something.
Yeah.
We don't know what she went for.
Yeah.
We don't know the neighbor is male or female. But she locked her house with her 10-year-old child and she locked up the house with the child.
Yeah.
Just to go
And
by
somebody.
neighbor for something, and somebody tried to take the 10-year-old child.
Yep.
No, he's a 10-year-old child,
But still is a child.
Something about that story too, Why will you need to lock up your house to go by, just to go? Just
Well,
to
it
step
depends
out
on
and
where
go
she
by neighbor?
live.
And
You see, guilt is a hell of a thing, You see, people know when it's shipping and said when,
Jeez.
That's what it is,
Oh gosh.
People know when it's shipping and said when.
Let me take this call. Good evening, welcome.
Good afternoon to the panel and to your listeners. Once again, we continue to spin it up in the mud. Mr. Matheson, we have spoke on numerous occasions about the importance of using cameras to assist our law enforcement in carrying about their responsibilities. And I continue to say Tobago is a very small island. If we had cameras in the public spaces, we'd have already have an idea of if the child walked out the house and what direction the child would have been headed into. But we continue to spend loads of money with no proper plan in place in terms of where we want to be at the end of spending this money. But the blame can't just be placed one place alone,
That's correct.
There's a structure that is in place, and we have to understand if the structure is working and what we need to amend in order to better the structure that exists. We know that things happen and sometimes we have nothing to go on. Why will we continue to spend $6 and $7 billion every year and not say, okay, let's use Tobago as a start, camera down all the public places, have it up and running, and see how it is working, and then we can try and implement it into Trinidad. So you would not have to guess.
Kola, we have to be practical too. This is Goodwood. This is we don't know exactly where, but it sounds like a very
something rural.
You were saying that you might have to put a camera by everybody's house or by every street pole and that kind of thing. That to me might be impractical, right?
You might say that, Mr. Matteson, but when you weigh the odds, right, it really would not be impractical because we are dealing with life and death, right? The thing is, we continue to spend money and we are trying to get a certain result, but it is simple to get the result that we want if we just do the right thing that it requires. So it's not about having camera by everybody's house, but there are certain stretches. For instance, let me use a place in Trinidad where you see a lot of bodies people finding this is up in a repo or somewhere. You telling me by now we don't have surveillance to see or to deter people from continuing to dumping bodies on that spot?
What do you think we don't have up there?
Huh?
You think we don't have surveillance on that repo church?
Well, I'm not certain, but if that is the case, then all the bodies that continue to be found in that area, we should have an idea of when it was dumped there, right? What type of vehicle passed and dump it out. We're supposed to have something to go on, but many times there's just the revelation and nothing comes afterwards.
That's a good point.
So
that's a good point because then it's pointing to what is being done even for the rural communities. So just apart from the country on a whole, the rural communities really don't have that much support in terms of infrastructure. We have to be honest about that too.
As you make that point, Simoya, it is not to say that having this system in place will eradicate all our issues, but we will have something in place where more than likely the people who need the information will have something to go on.
Yeah.
But without it, what do we intend to achieve? We will continue to spend money, and let this cycle continue. I don't know who is doing the thinking and when we will really get some thinking in this place to shape up the place. It have people who are making decisions and transforming the things that they preside over, It have that going on in the world today, So I don't know what is the difficulty in us taking that same approach, where we could see the fruits of our labor, see the results. I just want to sidetrack a little bit, but I'm coming off now. It's the same thing that continues in our politics. All of these parliamentarians have some mark to bust on one another. Something. They know all the corruption, what happened. But where is the redress for the country? We continue to make lawyers filthy rich with the amount of legal briefs that the state is be engaging in. But people are satisfied with that because at the end of this 5 years, I don't know what was done to us when that people believe that when you're in that booth, you have to make a choice between red or yellow. Vote for an independent candidate, vote for some other party. I prefer to spoil my ballot than to put it in the red or yellow.
Thank you so much.
That was productive.
Wow. So a good point being raised there in terms of resources for the rural communities, the approach on the whole to national security and surveillance. Because even in light of this, a body washed up, a body was washed up today.
Indeed.
And how long was that body missing?
Thursday.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
So if that child really was in the water,
Maybe.
just wondering.
Maybe.
For those who into the oceanics and whatever the case may be, I am just wondering.
I would say that a 2-year-old easier to digest than a
adult male.
Yeah. So and I still hoping that child in some corner somewhere.
Hoping for the best.
Hoping for the best.
I'm hoping for the best as well.
But you know, a 2-year-old is as vulnerable comes. Eh?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So
it has to be at this point that the tragedy has already happened, and we're thinking about prevention.
Yeah.
And and in order for us to prevent, we have to go past the surface level emotional reaction.
Yeah.
And we have to really deconstruct what are the drivers of risk.
Mm-hmm.
You remember some years ago, you might have been kind of young, but you certainly would have remember that there was a story in the U.S. I think it was Miami, if I'm not making a mistake, with Kaylee Anthony, where a little child went missing. And this is similar to what's going on here. And eventually they found that the mother had killed the child.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds unfamiliar.
And they did all the DNA tests, and they look at the mother's trunk of the car, and they saw traces of the cadaver being moved from one place to the next, and that kind of thing. And that was a long story, because they took weeks, I think, if not probably a month or so, looking for that child, but they couldn't find that child, and eventually they ended up finding the child, where the child was buried and that kind of thing. But this kind of reminds me of that, because if only because of the kind of speculation that surrounds it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that something.
We're not saying that's the case, but
that's the
you
case.
know.
Because now we are seeing that the beach is just 200
feet away, and not 3,000
meters. So the child could have
meters.
walked to that within a minute and something. Could have walked to that. Somebody did say they see the child walking, right?
No, that was a story that happened last year with the child from a point or wherever.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so much, but it might also boil down to some kind of negligence to some extent.
Well, I think the negligence of it is inescapable, really.
Yes.
I mean, there's no two ways about it.
It's a case of child negligence.
They will have to show some kind of mitigating circumstance, but on the face of it, there's some child neglect here. Something that we have to remember, and again, it's uncomfortable thoughts. The psychiatrists and the psychologists will tell you that serial killers and psychopaths and pedophiles are mathematical certainties.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that exist in our population. Regardless of how advanced your country is.
Mm-hmm.
There are some sick people.
Yeah.
Some of those sick people, they're out there with the sickness. Some of them, they're very guarded with the sickness.
Yeah.
And there are many people, I believe, because I believe that Trinidad and Tobago is such a closed society, and I always say it's a moralist society.
Yeah.
So I feel if somebody have certain urges, it will have some counter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Like something wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, let me say some prayers. Let me bathe myself with some holy water or something. But opportunity makes the criminal.
Correct.
And the important message there for all the parents, don't give
them
any
the opportunity.
for your child to come to harm. Yeah, that is really the heart of the message. And I mean, anybody who used to live in the feral days of the 80s, let me tell you what used to scare me about being a child in the 80s. 6 years, 7 years. Now, think about it. I am 7. My brother 4 years younger than me. And we out there by ourselves.
Yes.
We on the beach, we in the bush, we on the mango tree, all over the place. And you know, I would have understand if it was me alone. If me and my brother alone was out there, well then, our mother alone was the only negligent mother. But when you go out, there is youth men everywhere. Not teenagers, not older kids. Same 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. out there. They're up on the tree with you. They're in the savannah with you. It was a different time. And I feel in certain communities, that element of parenting still persists.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah? Parenting
Correct.
does not include in some spaces supervision.
Correct. Correct. The approach to modern parenting now, I mean, and this is just a stray. I've noticed that we've had a lot of school buses on the roads because there are some parents who are not willing to take the chance for their children to travel. All the school fights and all these things that's happening. I'm not certain of the age of this mother or this couple because the gentleman seems young, the father. And it's just a difference sometimes in terms of parenting style because I would think securing your home would be important if you live in a community like that. If it's very forested, you don't want the child to walk out and end up somewhere and get lost because that's another possibility that the child probably gone somewhere, get lost, and we don't know what's going on there. It really don't have to be the sea. Well, the latest time we have here is 7:30 at night. So that's why he was asking the question, what would have happened between, when was the last time you saw the child and why is the discovery at night?
Yeah,
I know of parents who just go in and lock up in the bedroom or otherwise and leave their children outside. I know about that.
Try think about it. I mean, everything just not enough here. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to believe that a child will walk out that by the beach who's afraid of the water at the beach 7 o'clock in the night.
What can a child see that hour of the night? Sometimes after 6 it starts to get dark. So
That's something, I mean,
something is clearly wrong. But if we're looking at modern parenting, sometimes when you have children that small, you set up little barricade in your house. You have things to close up the cupboard so they can't open it. All these little things.
Before that, and they knew.
Could it be? That's the next thing.
And they use that particular time to say that the child is missing.
And the thing is that nobody knows.
Because it be that the child was with them and the child probably young and
Nobody knows, but children, as you know, Stephen, toddlers feed quick. They feed
all these are
very
speculation.
quick.
These are things that, and I guess that's why they have homicide investigations.
Yeah,
and that kind of thing there
to
too.
see what are the possibilities. But
something adding up there.
It's really sadder how societal problems or family problems can become a societal problem.
And then what makes it even think? The first thing they thought about was that the child drowned.
Because of how they're so close to the sea. But then on one hand you said that the child is afraid of the water.
You understand? So the first thing that comes to their mind is that the child might have drowned. The next day you see a log in the water, I thought it was the child. But I tell somebody that the child in the water. There's something strange about this whole thing.
And I really hope that parents are listening to this, because monitoring little ones, they are very quick. Monitoring, that's the next thing,
But the other dimension of this is fathers and mothers and separation.
Yeah, separation, divorce, those kinds of things.
And the kind of thing that those things sometimes bring, and the kind of thing those things unearth.
Yeah.
Sometimes the kind of thing it brings out in mothers and fathers and that kind of thing.
Yeah, the spiteful use of the
I
child
was
to hurt the
I was
other.
saying earlier on that a gentleman called me yesterday, a friend of mine, and he was telling me that the police had called him and asked him to come down to the station the night because they had a warrant for him, and they said they have to carry him to the court. So if he could come down to the station, he'll spend the night and he will go to court the next day. But he was saying that he have receipts to show where he paid his maintenance is up to date until the 24th or something of June.
Mm-hmm.
He said that his former wife have a problem with him getting married because she just got married, and she went and take out a warrant saying that he didn't pay his maintenance, but he say he don't know, he know to himself that he paid and he have a receipt to show that he paid. He say but he for 8 years
He can't
have
see
a
the
order
child.
and he has visitation rights to see the child on weekends. And he can every time he go the woman saying she ready for that. But you have to take a warrant out for the man. What do you think about it? What Rondell Fields will say about that?
Well, we know, listen, we live in a society with so many imperfectly formed personalities.
Thank you.
And we also live in a society where people believe that they own their lovers or they own their wives.
Yep.
Or own their,
that too is very psychological.
So, when you are taking a ownership approach to your relationships, no matter is a control dynamic, the flip side of that is madness.
Of course.
Yeah, and the great perpetrator of it, unfortunately, okay, that those words not come out of my mouth.
No, I mean, just from your observation, as a man.
Oh God, girl mad.
Just be honest.
Vast majority of them girl mad.
Right. Okay, well, say it.
Just the heart of the issue is, if you and this man are rocking again, no, we have a real worthless man out there.
Thank you, both sides.
I can't defend the worthless.
Yeah. But the men who want to try, what's the reason though?
Someone say he's not in Parliament.
I have to caution Mr. Matterson on this. He just want me to caution him.
No, I just see.
I ain't caution him this week.
I read the same papers already.
Yeah, listen, I am not saying no, but I am saying yes.
Right.
Yeah. So it is a reflection of an immature society.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
And there's no reason that me and you could... There's no reason me and you have to be beefing because we're not together again.
Praise God.
You understand what I'm saying?
You see that back and forth, I don't believe in that, no. I have no problem blocking you. We don't have to communicate at all.
Because our next woman...
I happy you get next woman. Why people just get on so so you don't have to worry about your safety again because he gets somebody else. Let the man go with the woman. What is that? That is crazy. You can't be so... one man, have you so? Just wondering.
Yeah, that is... you know...
Nah,
it
can't be that bad. It cannot be that bad.
You know how we have it. You know how we have it.
That's dread crazies out there, you know.
Huh. Okay.
That's dread crazies out there.
I don't know about a lot about the world, but for me, if we done, we done. It's an X for a reason. Praise God for deliverance. I happy for you to remarry. I want you to go. Come on.
Oh God.
So it's just weird. Why would you do that? Especially if the person is paying their maintenance and stuff. What you want them in your face for?
But why is maintenance even necessary? To me, it's a great indictment on a woman. As far as I concern. That you can manage a relationship such that this man who wants love you with everything in him.
Listen to me, you're going bad with that one.
You're going bad.
Because it is a choice. It shouldn't have to reach there in the first place. You have to mind your child. If she had to take you to court, it's a problem.
Exactly.
It shouldn't reach there if you all have that maturity. It shouldn't even reach there.
And what I am saying to you is, this will be a terribly unpopular statement. It is possible to manage your relationship with your ex in a manner where the issue of maintenance doesn't even come up.
Why? So you're saying you want the next man?
No.
Are you saying that he shouldn't contribute? Let me just find out that.
Definitely not.
Okay.
I am saying to you that...
Are you saying that if he not contributing, it shouldn't be a problem?
What? I am not saying that either.
Then what are you saying?
I want you to hear me with what I say. If somewhere you
really want to call my name in this?
Yes.
Alright, let me go.
Hypothetical as it is, I don't know any of your business.
Right.
All I know is you have a face for TV and a voice for radio.
Thank you, Jesus.
You're very welcome.
Go ahead.
So
you play with here.
So you and the Mr. Dunn, all they go through wherever. It's kind of over it now. Of course, the initial breakup was kind of tough, but then all they're good enough now. We still have this child. if it is that you could leave the acrimony of the breakup behind,
Mm-hmm.
and you could have a practical, sensible, cordial,
Mhm.
maybe even warm relationship
Mhm.
with this person that you're stuck with for the rest of your life,
Mm-hmm.
I suggest to you that you would not have beg him to buy a bread or pay a school
I have
fees.
seen that happen.
Yeah?
It
What
is
you-
possible.
What you have in our space, and I mean while men have their responsibilities regardless,
Mm-hmm.
fight to take care of your child. If it's a matter of fight, don't leave it alone. Make sure your child okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what I see again and again and again is a mode or a pattern of dealing, how men and women deal with each other, especially
Yeah.
how women deal with men,
Yeah. Yeah.
that leads to a break. Now, in that breakdown of relations, the man responsibility is still the man responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah? But I saying a woman can take responsibility
Mm-hmm.
for how this relationship is managed. Because the little money, and every mother who has has a man on maintenance, the court giving you what, $200 per child, $400 per child. Well, the help is nothing.
No.
Yeah?
And as a matter of fact, most of the cases are reimbursement because they said it so late.
But let me just say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saying this maybe because you never had a child.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know the cost of things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank
you don't
you.
understand the socio-economic challenges out there with single mothers.
Mhm.
Some of them who are not working.
Yep.
Some of them who may have 2 and 3 other children.
And the school always wants
Some of
something.
them
Don't forget
who have
that.
children in school. You don't understand the challenges. The state are giving you nothing for that. You don't understand the challenges. Just to remain a member of society, to survive, what it costs. You understand? So you
Strong
have to
point.
first understand and appreciate that to say what you're saying. Because listen, it had nothing. If the man working,
But what's it?
whatever,
Make sure you understand what I'm saying.
Just remember, a child doesn't come in this world by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A child don't come in this world by itself.
Still feeling you're saying what I said.
2 people contributes
Mhm.
to that child.
Mm-hmm.
To a large extent, the mothers have the largest burden.
Always.
They have to
Yep.
take care of the child. They
Always.
have that
Always.
maternal instinct.
Correct.
You know, they have they feel that they have that sense of responsibility. More than likely, they will have the child,
Mm-hmm.
right? In a breakup,
Yep. And this court sides with the mother most times
right?
as well.
But you have to understand that even what the court given you in most cases can even take care of the situation.
Well, we saying the same thing. So you know what
Right.
I saying to any woman who
You
hears this?
saying manage the relationship.
Oh
But
God,
how she managing the relationship? How?
When the money is being used as a punishment, how are you managing a relationship in that circumstance?
You cannot manage a relationship with an idiot. And
Thank you.
And I am happy to submit that they have a bad load of idiots out there.
Thank you. They
But-
hold back the money to punish the mother.
However, I can also submit that there are significant amount of men who are not backsides by design
Mm-hmm.
and how the relationship or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm. So you say the women make it complicated for them to be able to. I could agree with
I
that.
could understand
I,
that.
I could agree with that.
So
Yes.
what-
What I say, now, if we dealing with an abusive man, if we dealing with a manipulative man, if we dealing with a toxic man, I get it. Keep as far away from me as possible. Send my money when the week come. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I am saying that there's a lot of toxicity and a lot of games,
100%.
and a lot of acrimony. And if women, generally speaking, would make a conscious effort, barring the crazy house,
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to be that girl. Because you know what? Apart from I want the man money, I want the man around the child.
Correct.
Yeah? I want a
Correct.
productive relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah? So if it If it is that we are, and you see again the crazy house, because this is the thing that men have to do. A lot of men, I see it. They have a lot of insecure, jealous, insane-ish kind of fellas.
Yep.
And the problem is, they have no issue having a relationship, you know, with the child or wherever the case is. But they find everything should be how it was. We done, and I could come and I could love up when I want, and you mustn't have no man, and this and that and the other.
That is where I have the issue.
If I can't get that,
I'm not giving you.
Yeah,
That's the
that is
problem.
unfortunate.
Why are you managing their relationship? So if you're talking about the child, well, yeah, you want to go out with your man. How is that in the conversation?
Exactly,
You want to get the child, yes or no? What me having a man or she having or he having a woman have to do with this conversation?
All of these imperfectly formed personalities that are floating around Trinidad and Tobago.
Right, but you see, you talking, I mean...
So women cannot
thing,
manage
right?
that relationship is what I'm saying.
So you see, I hear what you're saying, and you're correct to some extent. But as if everything else is equal. The thing is, most relations, in most cases, you know, everything is not equal. Right? Every situation is different.
Correct.
And you have people going through some really, really, really tough times. Right? Women especially. Right? Going through some really tough times. You might have had that, I may not have had situation. My situation might be the mother's or mother might have been very well off and could probably in a better position than I was in to take care of the child and that kind of thing. But a child need support from both parents.
100%.
Right? So you see all those issues that we talk about, where sometimes a man feel for me to contribute, I had to be able to log off still, and I had to be able to see you when I want to see you still, and all that kind of thing. It really have nothing to do with it, right?
It shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Shouldn't have nothing to do with it. Which is why sometimes the court is very important, you know. But the court sets boundaries sometimes based on the nature of the situation. But the court cannot do what you're supposed to be doing.
You know,
no way.
just as I have men here,
never does.
If the roles were reversed or the tables were turned and the woman say, here what, I come into this marriage or this relationship without a child, keep your child. You handle everything, I go pay the maintenance. You handle everything. How many men would say, I'll take my child?
And this is the one that will be real unpopular. Eh?
How many men willing to take their child or children?
More than you think.
That would be wonderful.
More than you, not only more than you think. I think that men sometimes could make better parents.
All right, great.
Yeah. Now our problem is, for whatever reason, it have a few issues in concert. Men really missing the mark, especially in the African community. Men really, really, really missing the mark when it comes to
they should get the opportunity. That's my view. I think they should get the opportunity. That some women will say, here what, you know what?
And I think
I'll give you the opportunity.
And
you handle it.
I think quite a few men will embrace it and try it.
A few men.
Yeah, quite a few. Not only a few. Quite a few will embrace it.
I think.
I think.
Why not?
I think so. I think what he's
why
saying
not?
is correct.
I think it's a great opportunity.
Embrace the opportunity.
Embrace it and they will thrive at it.
That's a great opportunity because I see the value of a man in a child life, especially girls. I could only speak for myself, right? Women tend to have more confidence when they have a strong man that's backing them. They're very likely or less likely that they will just pick up trash just so because they know what it is to have a father. That's my view. Yeah. And they approach the world with a little bit more confidence. So I believe that men in a household, especially with girls, with boys we understand they need to have that father, but with girls they need a strong man so that they don't go looking for love in the wrong places. That's my view. I lost my father when I was 5. And my mother had to struggle. You know, she did her best. But I didn't come out as strong as I should have been because I didn't have a man around. So I believe men, very, very important for girls. I learned to be strong by force. And a lot of things I went through in my life I would not have if I had my father.
So you have any daddy issues or something? No?
No, I don't really care about that. I'm just saying, no, I have, we have positive people in church who would have stood with my family. So, you know, you get those values, but a father in the home, it's different. Very different.
I agree.
So why not? I think men should get a chance to raise their kids.
And I see in the red light flashing, and I want to say something.
2 minutes.
I want to say something else to be a food for thought. I heard some Muslim minister say this, the American side Muslims, say this the other day, and I agreed with it 100%. Black men shouldn't have an issue being a father to whatever child around them. Yeah?
Very good point.
And I would like to throw down that gauntlet, especially in the African community. You know, for the responsible ones.
Yeah.
You know? Don't make who make the child the problem.
Correct.
Yeah? Take the opportunity to breed and to grow and to rear good, strong,
that's right,
competent adults.
That's right.
Yeah.
Be a good example and show them what it is for their mom to be happy, and they may view marriage or relationship differently because of you.
Correct. Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, again, the situation is very sad, but if we can fix the relationship issues with men and women and how they approach one another, hopefully we can have a better society.
What's the young man's name?
Baby Angelo, I think.
Angelo.
I just really hope that they find
Angelo
the child.
Tobias Plaza.
Yeah, I really hope that they find the child. I still believe that the child probably is out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I believe God.
Somebody might have the child or something. I really
pray that
hope
he comes back home.
Angelo, we pray for you. Yea, do we walk through the valley of the shadow of death? We shall fear no evil.
Because
stay with us, young man.
It really is sad hearing this story and all the other stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all the other stories related to children.
Yeah.
In the last few weeks.
So we're wrapping up.
Disheartening.
Senior Matterson, you close up.
Right, so, ladies and gentlemen, we've been with you for the week, and this is the last day for the week, and we will be back on Monday.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.